Guys, the Sly Guy podcast has a secret, and it's over at patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. That secret is bonus podcasts, guest episodes every Friday, early access to the Thursday episode on a Wednesday. You also get vlogs, early access to tickets, stand-up specials, the works, all over at patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast for as little as £2 a month. And you know what that means? £2. It means £1 and another pound, which you can't actually buy a coffee. It's like buying me less than a coffee. It's like maybe buying me a wee cup of boiling water that I can just throw on my face, burn my face, and maybe feel better about myself, have some sort of emotional reaction to something. Do that. Go to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast and subscribe to all this content so I don't have to scald my face. Thanks. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Modest Beer. That is right, for any French people, Le Modeste. For any Germans, I'm modest. But if you want to know more about them, you can just go to their website, www.modestbeer.co.uk, and you can find out all the range of beers that they have, all the range of merch. You can even subscribe to their brews letter, which means you get an email in your account whenever there's any kind of Modest news. Get on it. Or if you're like one of these wee like androgynous alien people that just like click into the metaverse, you can follow them on social media at Modest Beer. So do whatever you want. I don't care either way. Listen, we're back in the Strand Arts Centre on Friday the 3rd of February 2023 for a live night of stand-up. It's not a podcast night, it's a stand-up night. There will be a podcast night in the future, but I'm not telling you when, who the guests are, but it might just be Psychic Glenn and Aaron Butler. But for this stand-up show, the 3rd of February, it's myself, Tim McGarry, Diona Docherty, and Billy Thompson, Wee William, and it's going to be a great time. Every night in the Strand is a lot of fun. It's a bring your own experience. You can drink your beer, you can have your crack, you can even bring a bag of Modest if you just want to be a total fanboy. It's great. But the ticket link is in the bio. There's about 10 tickets left, so if you want to get to it, get on it and be quick. Speaking of live podcasts, we are doing a live podcast at the Riverside Theatre in Coleraine on the 16th of February 2023. That's a Thursday night on the North Coast. Where else would you rather be? It's going to be myself, the Buttmeister Aaron Butler, and the Anal King Paddy McDonnell. I don't know why there's a butt theme there, but all I'm saying is this podcast is bringing the elements of the Sly Guy podcast, the Cork of the North podcast, and the Mudblood podcast all under one roof without any affiliation to any of said podcasts, because it's going to get pretty steamy. There's going to be some stuff going on there. Will Paddy be wearing trousers? Who knows? Who knows? But you got to turn up on the 16th to find out. The tickets for that are nearly all gone as well, so if you don't want to be a fucking loser, follow the link in the description of this video, get your tickets, and I will see you on the 16th of February.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to the Sly Guy podcast, guys. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of the podcast. You know what? I was going to do a solo episode this week because I feel like I've just been spoiling you little ungrateful bastards with all my guests. But then you know what? I thought, you know what? I cannot help it, and I can't say you know what anymore. So I've got another guest in. It's a podcast favourite, one of my favourites, one of your favourites. It's the Buttman, Aaron Butler. Listen, we're chatting about all sorts of fun things today. He's been off on holidays, now he's back. We're talking comedians, boxing, we're talking Coastal Pass, we're talking the works. We're just having a good time. So buckle yourselves in, send a wee text to your loved ones and say what you're doing for the next hour, because they'll not be able to contact you and don't want them to get worried. Let them know you're alright. You're listening to the Sly Guy podcast with Dave Elliott and my guest this week, the Buttman, Aaron Butler. You know?
No, it's a hard CK. Just like Louis.
Oh, he is a hard guy, isn't he?
He is a hard CK.
Well, so what's the story with you and Louis CK then? Was there some sort of relationship there? Or?
Yeah, I tried to reignite his love and passion for masturbation in front of other comedians.
Do you like to do that yourself? Not in front of other comedians, just straight up. Do you like to masturbate?
I'm not going to do any joking here because people would take it very seriously, so I'll just answer seriously. I don't get it. I don't get the kink.
I mean, what happens, as in front of people, or just generally speaking?
I don't get the kink. I don't know how he gets off or how he got off.
Because I thought you were going to come out with a real exclusive there and just say you don't know what people get out of just masturbating.
Oh, no, I know what they get out of just masturbating, because I even know that.
Right, okay, because that's what was confusing me. It's not a sort of topic we want to launch into really off the bat.
No,
we've gone there, and we're here.
It's a good way to start the new year.
Yeah, listen, we've done several episodes. We're balls deep in the new year here, but have you not done any podcasts
My
this
new
year?
year only started when I got home from Miami.
Who's Amy?
Listen, we'll save that for the live
Thank
podcast
you.
on
Amy.
the
16th Feb.
16th of Feb. And we haven't announced the other live one yet. Are you keeping that under wraps for the time
Yeah,
being?
what date is it?
It's
You
in
tell me, because
April.
I need to get a poster made. I'll get on the Ben about that today. It's in April. 24th, I want to say, maybe.
It is
Does that ring
the
a bell?
28th.
28th of April. We're doing a live Sly Guy podcast, and it's going to be in the Strand Arts Centre, and the guests are yourself
Yeah.
and, I mean, somebody who I don't know whether they should be legally allowed to do a live podcast, but it's Psychic Glenn.
I mean, I imagine tickets for that will go
yes,
very quickly.
you would imagine it will be a quick
Psychic Glenn's
quick
first
sell.
live appearance.
Psychic Glenn's first live stand-up show. Shit, he could be doing that too.
Yeah.
His first live. Well, maybe give him 5 minutes off the top.
Oh, I'd love to hand him the mic and just go, away you go.
But I feel like it'll be a quiet evening's work for you and I. I think we'll just be sitting there listening.
Yeah, we'll have to. It'll be fun.
Did I tell you what happened to me with Glenn this week?
No.
No, I'll tell you this before we get into your tales. I was out for breakfast with my wife Catherine and my daughter Matilda. Didn't invite Holly because she's been a jerk. No, she was at school. So went out and we were in a place just in Bangor. Nice time. And we decided to we walked past a shop, and it was a shop that sells crystals, healing things, stuff along that nature. So I said, for a bit of crack, let's go and have a look in the crystal shop, because again, I'm an agnostic guy. I don't believe in anything. I'm not against anything. I'm all for learning and widening my experience of life in general. So I text Glenn and was like, Glenn, there's a crystal shop here, what should we do? And Glenn wrote back saying, get this citrus quartz or something straight away. Like no, straight away. And I said, what's that do, Glenn? He goes, it gets you money. So I said, Glenn, if it's going to get me money, let's give it a rattle.
Right. So
I went in, I bought this wee crystal, and because here's my thinking, people are like, oh, crystals are shit. Now, I have thought crystals are a load of balls for sure, but then I thought to myself, where's the harm? You know what I mean? Some people, it works for some people. And then I was saying it could be like protein powder. You know what I mean? Because if you go out and you buy loads of supplements, you're more likely to work out, aren't you?
Sure.
And then you'll see the results.
Right.
So my point being, if I buy a money crystal, I might be like, fuck, maybe I should actually try and get more work. And then the money will come in and I'll be like, that's because of the money crystal. It's the same with the protein. It's like, I've actually just been eating less shit, working out more. And I think it's the protein powder, you know what I mean? So go to the money crystal. That was all good. There was a lady obviously working in the crystal shop who is more into crystals than I would be, per se, because she owns a crystal shop. I mean,
Well, that would be an argument, yeah.
So she goes to me, do you want these cleansed? And in my head I'm thinking, obviously I don't want to take dirty crystals home, like. I'm not.
Right.
Like, of course, I don't want to get any germs. Obviously, we've just come at the back of a pandemic. You know, things need to be clean, cleansed, whatever. So she has this little bag of crystals, because I got one crystal for money, and Catherine started a new business. I bought her one too, because we need more money, right? So she's this little bag of crystals, and I was like, yeah, cleanse them, thinking she's going to whip out a wipe and just go, there you go, polish them, I don't know, make them. She goes like this.
Right, and what's she doing here? Is she just
cleansing them? But I was just looking at her going, and then she goes to me, chest, and I went, yeah.
And when she said chest, did you put it on your chest?
No, I just went, yeah.
Right.
Because I didn't know what was going on, so I was still expecting her to whip out a wipe and just clean it up. So
for audio listeners, by the way, when Dave was saying cleanse them, all he was doing was waving his hands.
Yeah, over the bag.
In front.
Yeah, over the bag. So then.
And the crystals.
So then after that, she's like, "There's something wrong with your chest."
Oh,
and
you were like, I know.
I was like, "Oh, what?" She goes, "Your lungs. Have you had something?" And I was like, "Well, literally a week before I had COVID, and I have a wee chest infection." So I was like,
"Did you have COVID again recently?"
Yeah, but it was a mug off because I felt like I had a relative cold.
Right.
Nothing bad, because again, I've just been sick from basically November. Well, pardon me, that's just not for effect with the kids and stuff, bringing germs and blah blah blah. So I was just getting bored of it.
Right.
Then I felt like I just had a dog hair caught in my throat, and just out of curiosity, I was like, I'll just do a COVID test. Didn't feel anyway terrible. did the COVID test, and came back super, super faint, you know. But then the next day it was gone, so it must have just been at the tail end of it, not known. So I just out super spreading it, not caring.
Great.
But,
Isn't everyone?
But yeah, so the lungs, I was like, yeah, and she goes, you'll be grand soon.
Soon.
All right, and now to be fair, a couple of days later, I'm healed, near enough.
But
I've cough, but
that was for the money crystal. So if you want, you need to get the lung crystal. I think she was trying to upsell you a wee bit.
But you know what? I think she knew that, you know, money would make me feel better.
Money makes everybody feel better.
And then the more money you have, the better treatment you can get. You know
I agree.
I mean? Like you were telling me there before we recorded, you're just back from America and you did a big drugs run.
Big drug meal.
There.
I didn't have to put it up my hole, but I did.
No,
because it was only painkillers.
It was legal, but you just say,
it's fully legal.
But
I was like, look, I want to just feel like I'm part of something.
Yeah, and sometimes as well, you do put things not even up your hole. You just like say to them, do you want to look up my hole?
Good storage space, you know. The you know, why worry about baggage?
You're like a good guy on a plane. You know when you saw some people that get on late and then they're like, oh, there's no place to put my bag. You're like, here.
I get on a plane with nothing, carrying nothing, and people are looking, going, fuck, that's weird. That guy's just getting on carrying nothing, and little do they know.
The old Thunderbird 2 there. You got Thunderbird 4 up his hoop, like he's ready to go.
If they only knew. So yeah, because American drugs are just better, stronger, faster. You know, like the song by Kanye and Daft Punk. They're just, and they're cheaper.
Which is ironic because there's no healthcare over there. So.
Yeah, 72 headache tablets. How much is it?
12 quid.
$5.
There you go.
For 72 Advil.
But people get fully addicted to Advil, mate. Like it's not.
Well, I'm on it daily.
Right. And are you in any pain? No, just.
Oh, every day, mentally.
Oh, mentally. Nice. No, I had to pop a couple of ibuprofens there before we recorded because I have a sore head.
Many ibuprofens do you take?
A day?
Well, like in a session. Say you were pop somewhere.
2 to go.
2 to go?
Yeah.
You don't do 3?
No.
Because here's my perspective. This is what my friend Big Brian Rush used to say. Shout out to him.
Now, can I just clarify? He's not a medical person.
No. Not in the slightest.
What's his profession?
He teaches sports to kids in schools.
Right, okay.
So but his thinking was, because he was taller than me, that he should take 3 Nurofen at a time instead of 2 because he's got more body mass to put in.
Then I should take 5. You know,
I mean, compared to me, you should OD.
But then, unfortunately for me, what's a gift and a curse? My wife's a nurse, so I have to take her advice.
That was like a Drake lyric, by the way.
Yeah.
Gift and a curse.
Yeah,
My wife is a nurse.
I'll see. There you go.
That was good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Gift
and a curse.
So she keeps you right.
Yeah, but then
she makes sure you don't take anything you shouldn't.
Then sometimes she won't let me take some stuff.
Yeah.
Like I want to take maybe I feel like being a little bit more rush. I want to take 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I want to take an entire packet of ibuprofen, but that's if I'm having a low day.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just want the headaches to stop.
I hear you on that. Has your wife tried to attack you with some of the needles yet?
For her job?
Yeah.
No, because again, I have a big fat head, so I don't really get wrinkles all that much because it's just so much meat in there. You know what I mean?
She doesn't have enough juice to put in there.
And like she says to me, I've got really juicy lips.
You
so
do?
Like a big old lips. So I mean, I don't need fillers. I look and my thing is, I just don't think I give a fuck enough about
your appearance.
I mean, I've done all I need with my appearance.
Yeah.
I've got married.
You're married.
You know, I've had my kids.
You've won.
Exactly.
You can just let it go now.
You know what I want to do? I just want to sit in a chair and pat my dog. That's my happiness to me now.
That's retirement life for you one day, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? I think sadly now we're in this job, there's no retiring.
You think this is you for
I think this is it until, I think, because you can't really, like, I don't know if you're the same. I go through periods where I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do less than stand up. But then I go through periods where there's nothing I'd want to do more. I'm going through one that I just want to do new stuff at the minute. Yeah. That's fun. And then I think, like, you can sit, like, for example, with that crystals story. Like, I could just sit in a room and try to write stuff. And then you just go and live your life for a bit. And you have a story like that. It's like, I'll make that into something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all balanced, Davey.
Yeah.
The beard's very thick at the minute.
Yeah, people are saying that. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to make it bigger.
You going Liver King?
I'm going bigger, yeah. I'm going old Brian Johnson.
What
Brian Rush.
If you weren't Liver King, what would you be?
Liver King?
Yeah.
Lung King? Because that's what the crystal woman told me.
Yeah, you're not the king of lungs.
I'm not the lung king. I'm actually the opposite. I'm just. What's the opposite of king? A pauper? It's the lung pauper.
The lung pauper.
Listen, primals, take your inhaler.
You're
The lung popper, yeah.
That's so great. Listen, the lung popper.
The old lung popper's dying over here.
Yeah, like a big lung popper chef. Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, didn't he just bring in his chef recently since he did roids?
Yeah.
So he's like, here's the thing, by the way, shocker, Liver King does roids.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Although apparently he's come off them now.
Yeah.
Like he's doing this whole thing where he's like, I'm natural now, and you're gonna see changes in my body and stuff.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the most jack guy it's ever been. He's 5'2".
But is he lying and saying, "Oh, I'm natural now," when really he's just still on the gear?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was me,
You'd still be on the gear.
I'd still be on the gear.
When are you gonna start the gear? Do
don't
you ever
know.
think about that in life? Do you ever think, oh, what age do I get to where I go, let's take some of these fucking testosterone, steroids, fucking stuff?
I would judge that solely on the basis of my ability to sustain an erection. I think when the day comes that that's a problem, the blood flow's not what it used to be, that's when I'll go like a test.
That's your health indicator.
Yeah, you know. If I'm going in there like a unicorn, I'm sweet.
You've a full cold tumor, cancer coming out of
Yeah.
you. Like, hold on, we're good.
Yeah,
the root
it's
is
like,
still
don't worry about
rooting.
it. It's the root chakra, like I just get it going.
Like, David, when you need to go through chemo, you're like, no, I don't.
No.
The root is still strong
It's
here.
still strong.
There's no sickness in my body at all.
But I mean, that's how you gauge your blood flow, isn't it?
I think so. To
Like
an
if your
extent.
ticker's still working, if the ticker, it's ticker to dicker, that's the way the test you do. Like if you can still...
Ticker to dicker,
If you can
the
still
Dave
pump it up.
Elliott medical practice.
Yeah. Listen, me and Brian Rush could go into business together just offering great advice about how to check your fitness,
Ticker
your
to
well-being.
dicker.
Speaking of fitness, I finally feel a bit better. And I've cleared up my garage and I can start pumping again, so I'm feeling good about that.
Pumping your dicker.
Pumping, yeah, that's how I can check. And yeah, I on my Patreon episode this week, I called out Naomi Mitchell for something that I feel it's a gift and a curse again.
Why is that?
Because my wife's a nurse. No, she took a photo of me at a gig and put it up on Instagram, and I looked gross in it.
What was the gig?
I was doing support for Brennan Reese in the Limelight,
And you didn't look sweet. on it?
Very rarely would I not share a photo someone put up.
You were like, I can't do this one.
No, I was disgusted at myself actually.
Were you wearing your stage jacket?
Nope, I wore something different, and that's why I wear my stage jacket, because it always gives me confidence.
Is this the year where we get a new stage jacket?
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Yeah. Now,
This is the year.
I need to talk to you about something. I know you put an idea. I've not told anyone else this. You're the only one who knows.
Right.
I'm doing a new show this year, and you've advised me on some artwork.
Yeah.
I've booked in the photo shoot
I'm excited.
for the artwork. And
I
I'm
don't want
trying
to spoil anything.
So a bit of me's thinking, should my new stage outfit reflect?
If you wear
Yeah.
what you're going to wear in that poster on
Yeah.
stage, I feel like you're not going to share many other photos.
Well, there you go. But listen, by that stage, I could be like, you look at some of the guys that are doing the boxing. They've like some of them.
Paddy's lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, but that's like the first time a lot of those guys have done any exercise in years.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if they can sustain a month or two of that,
yeah.
big man's more into it. I could do all right. I could get myself in shape. That's what I'm trying to work to, get in shape for stage.
Yeah.
So it's no me just make a dick of me on social media anymore.
Look, all you can do is your best. But
Put your best butt forward.
every day is what I do. But yeah, so I've been in Miami for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be home
Yeah,
because
you've got all the haul you need. You've made it. You're not the Miami one.
I'm not
No.
the Miami Vice.
No.
I am just, but like it was a weird start to the year for me.
So let me get this straight. You went to Miami when?
January 6th,
Okay.
the anniversary of the insurrection.
Nice. Speaking of which, we need to talk about insurrection later that I was involved in last night.
Oh,
But you went over there, obviously, for the first year anniversary and celebration with all our friends and fans.
no, it was two. It's been 2 years since the insurrection, hasn't it?
Yeah, actually, hasn't it?
2021, wasn't that it?
Oh, yeah, so it has been there, yikes.
Yeah. Time flies when you're storming the Capitol.
Yeah,
mate.
but that was a fun day, wasn't it?
For us, it was a fun
Yeah,
day.
I enjoyed it a lot. I've never had that buzz of just breaking in anywhere before. It was amazing.
No, you can't
was
say.
class.
You can't say you were there. You were the guy with the hat.
I was.
The big
I was.
mule
I
hat.
was the hat. That was just me with the
That
shirt.
guy was the
shirt off.
Liver King.
Yeah.
But yeah, so went there.
And what were you doing out there? Are you allowed to say?
Oh yeah. I was working with David Mead on a corporate event. But the work was very. Put it like this: if I was there for 10 days,
Yeah.
I worked for one of those days probably.
So it was quite. So
It was basically. a
were you
holiday.
there for 10 days?
I was in Miami for 5.
Where else were you before that?
Or I was in Orlando for 5. But
Okay,
I was
so-
in the state of Florida
For 10 days.
for 10 days.
Okay, and you were working for 1 day.
Working for 1 day, and then
Were you there with David?
for the 5 days in Miami, yes. When I
So
went to
did
Orlando.
you do a wee bit of work with him, and then did you just have a bit of social time together?
We had a
when you
bit
were
of
there?
social time in Miami.
Nice.
A few of his team were there. We all had a nice time. We went bike riding, went sea swimming, went
You can go sea swimming
in Miami.
to be
It's
fair, But here's
I
the
would
thing:
only
are
do
all
that.
the people in Miami like full on fucking mental?
Yes.
Because is that why? Because they don't have cold water? Because their water's warm? They're like, there's no therapy here.
Well,
I'm still a nutcase. Bollocks.
yeah, they're dying for a cold water dip and they can't get
Yeah.
one. It's very upsetting. It's a pandemic out there for them,
Yeah,
really.
Because I don't know if I find like I turn into like is it a Navi or one of those water guys from Avatar? When
Avatar.
I hit the warm water, I'm like love it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking man cow, mate.
Did you see the new Avatar?
Nope,
Are you going to?
Nope.
Why?
because I just don't
Did you
like
see
it.
the first one?
Yep, overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought-
But I think it's the visual spectacles quite interesting.
but you know what? My mum and dad have a little
Our avatars.
fish tank thing in their living room.
You can't
It's
beat the
not-
real experience.
But it's not real fish. You just turn it on and we switch, and it's to me a visual stimulation that looks like Avatar. And
Hold on.
Matilda puts it on.
Hold on. Your
So I'm
family
happy.
have a fish tank
Uh huh.
that simulates
Yes.
fish in the tank
Yes.
whenever they flick a switch.
Yes.
And when the switch isn't flicked, it's just a pool of water.
No, it's no water. It's just like it looks. It's just like a wee light box thing. It's for the kids. Like they don't just have it.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry. In
No,
my
no.
head, it was a decor choice in their
No,
house.
I mean that'd be classic. Just it looks like real fish, but it's not. It's an LED screen. No.
Right. Okay. So it's a kid's toy.
But my point is,
Gotcha
I look
now.
at that and go, "That's
Wow.
bright colours."
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
it.
You're
So-
easily like shiny tinfoil.
But I felt like the first Avatar. I was just like, "Oh, shut up."
It's
Just
very temp.
Shut up.
It's very Deal Winton of you.
It was, but you see it, you're like,
Shut up.
look what we all know what you're trying to say. Shush.
Mm.
Maybe if you cared so much about the environment, maybe you wouldn't spend 10 billion or whatever making film. Maybe you give 10 billion to fucking, I don't know, the WWF or something.
Or Greta
Or-
Thunberg. Give
yeah.
to her.
Yeah, here's another thing. Greta Thunberg.
Oh,
my-
someone's angry.
Why is her parents not in jail?
Why would they be?
Because she's a truant. She doesn't go to school. If I didn't send my kids to school, they'd fucking do me.
She's an advanced child. She doesn't need to go to school. She's already ahead of the teachers. Would you want to be the teacher teaching that fucking...
We rat now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine the teacher having to listen to that all day.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh my God, Greta, would you just do
Yeah.
your algebra, please?
It might be
Just-
the only school shooting where a teacher does it.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
but you know what? I think Greta Thunberg's great.
Okay.
You know, I
Big
get
reveal.
I get what she's doing.
Are you afraid she comes after you like our boy Andrew Tate?
Yeah, well, she did scoop Tate, didn't she? You know.
You know what I mean? So we can't have her on our tail.
Yeah,
We'll
but
be in a Romanian jail.
But I don't know why people are so mental.
People are... The
Like-
world's mental.
The thing about Andrew Tate is like who are the people watching him going, oh, he's class.
Me.
They're
Nah,
the
I'm
problem.
joking, I'm not.
You know what I mean? And even the way he speaks is like nerd.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but look,
don't buy it.
it's a personality thing, isn't it? Certain personalities just gain attention, and that's the way the internet sort of works a wee bit.
Yeah.
It's, you know... You know
Internet's fake. It's fake news. Everyone made fun of Donald Trump for calling out fake news. He's right.
Yeah, look,
Bring him back.
he was... well, he might be coming back soon.
Nah, he won't. Surely won't.
Well, look, he is determined to run again, but he's lost a lot of momentum, so it would be hard. Now, the only circumstance I can see him gaining momentum is if he gets back onto the TV debates. If he gets back on
Yeah.
those, the rest of the people are in for a hard time, because he's just so petty.
He needs to go on the late night show. He needs to go on Fallon. and
No
he
one
needs
will
to-
have him back.
But he's the guest. But this is the thing that gets to me, right? Clearly, Trump should not have been president.
No.
Clearly,
In no world.
but he was.
Yeah.
And if you take away the fact that he was president and such a polarizing figure, he's a bit classic. You know, like there's no denying he's classic. Like he's entertainment. You'd watch him in the late night shows. He would go on and be like, he would tell the tales. He'd be like, and Biden stole the files because he's old. He's no clue. You know,
Yeah.
he would just tell you the gossip. It'd be great.
Yeah, he used to be on them until January 6th. And
Yeah.
now no one will touch him, really.
But then,
Um,
but you know what? He should do a podcast.
Maybe he will
I
at
heard
some
him do
point.
one podcast. It was great. He was actually funny on it.
Oh, apparently,
Yeah.
people would say stories that if you ever met him, he was fucking hilarious. But not the hilarious where you go, oh, he should run our country.
But you know what's also funny one? People that get in and out of their depth, you go, oh, it's been a mug off. Zelensky, stand-up comedian, be like, I'll go and try to run Ukraine. Gets it in, now there's full war with Putin. He's probably like, why did I not just stick to doing the open
stand-up.
nights? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, why didn't I just go do the Empire?
No, don't do that. Just why did I not do the PAV?
Why did I not
Why do
PAV?
Laveries or Pugs? Let's talk about venues that I'm actually allowed to play. Butler, will we?
You're allowed
Rather
to
than
play
that?
the Empire?
Oh, well,
I don't think you've been banned from the Empire.
I have not been asked to do it since 2017. So before I even had children, reach out to me. Let me know, guys. I want to come back.
Do you want me to link up? Do you want
Yep,
me to...
you do it, but I'm too stubborn to ask because I feel I've been ostracised because I had the cheek to run an alternative night. That's how I feel.
Okay. Well, look,
Mm-hmm.
we'll figure this out. My goal for 2023 is to get Davey on the Empire.
Listen.
Before the year's out.
Listen, I think all I've done,
Headlining.
I think all I've done is contribute to the scene and made it a better place.
Sure.
I'm sorry if that's not what people like, but
I think people like it.
yeah, Pug Uglies is a good club. Coming back in March, by the way.
I was going to say,
They wanted to come back on the 16th of February, but I said no
No.
because we're doing the gig in there.
We're at the Riverside.
I mean, I could just pull out. You know, I could just pull out on the day. You know, that
would be sad.
a lot of fun, wouldn't it? I mean, other people probably would do that. But I'm not one of these guys.
Look, when we commit the date, we commit the date.
Here's the thing: comedians that are listening to this,
we honour this.
Now,
date.
what's funny is comedians will then, because this is how it works. Comedians will talk about things they heard in podcast. Oh, do you hear so and so talk about this in the podcast? Then they'll go and listen and blah blah blah. What is with comedians not being able to write simple things in a diary, and then if someone else asks them, "Are you free this date?" Look at the diary and then go, "Actually, no, I've got a date." Well, that's happening far too much now. It's pissing me off.
Yes,
And this is why I don't like running gigs. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it feels like we're in this sort of little bit of a comedian pandemic where you tell them a date and then, you know, something else comes up apparently and you're like, okay.
Yeah, greed.
You know.
That's what it is. Too many people out there being greedy instead of faithful and loyal. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, do you ever watch the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? Kevin Costner.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember in that?
I don't.
No? Okay. Well, you have two priests. You have Friar Tuck and you have the Bishop of Hereford. The Bishop of Hereford is Sheriff of Nottingham's #1 like minister guy, but he's bent. You know, he's a crooked guy. He takes all the money. All he cares about is money, not the faith in the cloth or God. All the money. You know, and he takes bribes and doesn't care about what he's agreed to. He doesn't care that he said to his friends, oh, actually, I've agreed to do a gig on that date. Sorry, I'll not take this other one. No, he's like, what's more money for me? He does that, and you know what happened to him in the end?
Die.
Friar Tuck filled his arms full of coins, filled them full of bags of money, and he shoved them out a window of a castle, and he died. So that's the moral of the story. Any greedy people should be pushed out of windows with all their money. There you go. Have that.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. To an extent, we all, at some point in our lives, you know, something will always come up, whether that be a family issue or, you know, we'll all have to rearrange things at some point. But I think when it becomes a consistency thing, like if you're doing it multiple times or whatever, then it's like, But
then you know the problem is too, you almost feel like there's, because you're maybe friends with people or other things, you can't give off about them and say, oh, so-and-so did it. You know what I mean? Well, you should be able to, because it's not you that's fucked it up, it's that person. People should be like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Take a bit more responsibility, grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It irks me.
Yep. Look, we all need to do better in this world. I think so, and we all need to treat each other better, and you know,
You have changed since you've been in Miami.
it's all love, baby.
Yeah, we all need to treat each other better.
We all need to just be nice and lovely to each other.
Nah,
I'm
man,
a hippie guy now,
I'm old and I'm cross. That's how I feel.
but I don't want you to be. I want the year of positive, happy
But I
Davey.
am zen, but some things do get me. But the thing about it is, the difference between being zen and not is the things that get to you. It's like your guy says to the Jay-Z, it's just dirt off your shoulder. You just get annoyed but move on. You don't dwell on the negativity.
That's it.
You know?
Can I tell you something enjoyable I learned about my uncle? I don't know if you've ever heard of this sport per se, but my uncle used to be a big five-a-side guy. But
Five-side football.
Oh no, I'm not. That's not the sport.
All right.
But I'm sorry. I'm building up. The
Kabali? No.
He used to be big five-a-side football
Handball?
guy. No. And because he's in his 50s now, isn't really his place.
Blind football?
No. Don't worry, we're getting there. He
Christopher Walken football?
can't. he can't play like proper 5-side anymore because he just can't.
Kneecap.
Yeah, he got kneecapped. So he plays what's called in this country Dunderball.
Dunderball. I like the sound of that.
So he plays this Dunderball, and the rules are you're not allowed to run. But here's the thing: most of the men they're playing are in their 60s, 70s. My uncle's just in his 50s.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be playing it.
Yeah.
He's like the Pele of Dunderball.
Yeah.
Like he's just joined, and they're like, "Holy shit, have you seen this new start?" and he's just running rings around people. So he is on the dander field.
Because I feel like if I played Dunderball, I would be impressive.
I think you should start playing Dunderball.
I'll play it now. Like, yeah.
You're gonna punch the boys at the community centre.
Yeah. I'd be like Berbatov out there. Be brilliant.
You get sent off for running.
Yeah. I imagine that'll be the first time in my life I've ever been punished for running.
But yeah, isn't that mad?
Where does he play it?
I think just a local community centre or a leisure centre. Maybe it's the Falls or something
And
like
did
that.
he try to get you on board?
Well, I'm still too nimble and young to be a Dunderball player.
But could you... There's the movie we write. Dunderball instead of dodgeball. But you get into it because you get kneecapped by the boys by accident, and it's the only way you can play. You rehabilitate yourself to play Dunderball.
That sentence, kneecapped by the boys by accident.
Yeah.
If the boys are kneecapped, no boys kneecap and go, fuck's sake.
He'd be like, are you William Thompson? Like, no, I'm Aaron Butler. Ballock, sorry about that, mucker. Oops.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I just enjoy that name, Dunderball.
Yeah, Dunderball's a lot of fun.
We'll go watch a game sometime. We'll commentate.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
And you commentate on the game.
Could we? Oh, imagine I got really into it and like became a manager, a Dunderball team manager. Listen, guys, down the flanks slowly, but down the flanks. You go in, cross in, but make sure you wait until fucking Cedric gets in the ball because he has to walk. He can't charge in. He needs to. It has to be right in the money because there's no.
Yeah, there's no headers happening in that game.
Imagine, you know, why Mourinho used to be an interpreter.
Oh yeah.
And then he got into management coaching that way. Imagine someone got in, started off being a Dunderball coach, and they're just a tactical genius, and then progressed.
World Cup.
Yeah, it'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then he just shouts out the Falls Dunderball team, 2023 Dunderball team for short, and get me started on my football journey. No.
But yeah, he's loving it.
Yeah, but I'm flat out dandering at the minute. I love it.
Yeah, you dander with the dog.
Dander with the dog, but I'm getting a bit cross actually.
Oh, why?
I don't know if you saw. I went to a community.
You're holding
event
the dog.
I know. I went to a community.
Oh, I seen your
night.
Instagram. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
about.
listen. I'm talking to you whenever I say this. Ards and North Down Borough Council. The Kingdom North Down's not happy.
To care to tell why.
They have they've started a motion that they're going to redevelop the coastal path
So the coastal path is
from Kinniger and Hollywood right the way to Donegal.
Gary Kinniger.
Yeah, they want to make Salt and Kinniger. They want to make it the entire route round now, but in doing so, they want to like widen coastal paths. They want to flatten areas. They want to.
I mean, this all sounds like good things.
They want to incorporate a cycle lane the
Right.
whole way from Kinniger to Donegal.
And you don't like that?
No.
Why?
Because a lot of old people like to walk on the paths. It's a place where, like, they did a survey, so they say, because this is the thing, a lot of people, like last night, there's public reaction to this. People turned up for the community meeting
Big
last
outcry?
night. Only left 40 people in.
Oh, you left 40 people
Yeah,
in this.
and there were hundreds.
Were you one of the 40?
No, I was out the front protesting. I was like storming the Capitol all over again. I was at the front. A lot of people aren't happy. You know why? Because they say they've done these surveys, which basically, long story short, they just want to bring in a cycle path. But the coastal path is primarily used by pedestrians, walkers, older people, dog walkers, families. And if they just bring in it'll just be the cyclists will just come, it'll be dangerous.
But is the cycle path not separate from the walking path?
Yes, but are you going to be able to tell all dogs, hey, by the way, mister, you don't walk across that line? No.
But what's currently in place of the cycle path?
There's just a walking path. It's primarily a pedestrian walkway. So there's places for cyclists.
Are they going to draw a line?
Yes.
Is that all they're going to do? They're not going to build more
No,
road?
they're going to widen everything as well. They're going to take away bits of beach. They're going to take away land. They're going to take away areas where wildlife live. They're going to build...
What sort of wildlife?
Guillemots, mate. They're going to also...
Guillemots?
The guillemots. The Guillemots are little birds, mate, right?
It's a fucking
And
Harry Potter.
they're also going to build a fucking steel bridge over the long hole. They've proposed,
Oh, why?
and that's not right. They're ruining. You know what? And why did people, like the people who live there and use that? They don't want to bring blow-ins in on their bikes, and here's the thing. I think cyclists, they get enough. They've got the roads, and then here's the thing: do they enforce the rules of cycling? No, because they don't wear helmets. Cyclists need to be in prison.
What?
Off our coastal path.
Tell me this then. What's the conclusion of this? What is happening?
Well, basically, what it is, the council have forced this motion through cloak and dagger tactics. Through dirt. Now, there was an MLA at the meeting last night, out protesting with us.
Okay.
And he was saying nobody knows how they've got this through. They're at it. The council are at it. They've
He
not
sounds
consulted.
conspiracy headed when
No,
he
no,
says
he's,
it like a.
and he's not, because here's the thing: he's an MLA that's not a member of any of the two parties that don't want to make the government currently function, right?
Gotcha.
So he was there, and he's like, they've got it, they've done it, whatever they've done. But the point of the matter is, there's so many empty shop fronts in Bangor. There's so many empty retail units. There's
there
so
is.
many other things that could benefit from the money instead of a few couple of million, which will not cover the cost of the entire 38-kilometre route that they're looking to redo. It'll not cover that, you know what I mean? So I think the council are in the wrong place, and they're doing the wrong things and annoying the wrong people. That coastal path's been there for years. Now, could they use some of the money to maybe repair little bits and make it a bit safer, maybe put some lighting in? Yes, but to widen it, to bring in cyclists, I think the problem is they had, and again, the wee report that I read, it doesn't make sense. A lot of it, they're saying like in different parts that percentages of use. So it's like, say 78% use pedestrian, maybe like 3% cyclist. What that'll do is increase the amount of cyclists, make it uncomfortable for pedestrians, problem for dogs, young kids. It's going to be difficult. Sea swimmers even, and I've not been friends with sea swimmers, and you know that. But I think they're barking up the wrong tree with us, and I think the people in North Down are not having it.
So you're anti-cycle lane, we've established. Is there people in North Down that are pro-cycle lane?
Well, these alleged people who did this form, which here's the thing, nobody has been confirmed. There's been no, they should go around to everybody, but apparently they're on the coastal path asking. I walk the coastal path every day, never once seen one of the guys.
Gotcha.
You know, my folks, they live in the Crawfordsburn element, that would be massively changed. The beaches would need to be dredged. They need to cut away a lot of the green areas. Be a problem. I live Ballyhome. They're going to plan on widening the promenade, taking away part of the beach, damaging the road. The thoroughfare to the Seacliff Road will be cut off for a long time.
Do cyclists just use the road anyway now to cycle?
Cyclists just do whatever the fuck they want. I'm not a big cyclist fan, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm not a big
I
cyclist
can
fan.
tell.
But then they go out in their wee groups every Sunday and they all just take over the road to think they own the place. So the last thing you need to do is let them own the path as well, where us pedestrians have peace to go by the beautiful. There's no coastline that's more beautiful than our North Down coastline.
Here's how we
Apart from maybe Ballycastle, but we'll not worry about that.
Here's how we settle this. We take the cyclists of
I'll
North
fight
Down.
someone from the council. I'll fight a cyclist
We take the cyclists of North Down.
in the comedians boxing.
We take the walkers of North Down. And we settle with a game of Dunderball.
Oh, there you go.
And
Dunderball.
whoever wins the Dunderball game gets to have the path.
But then the pedestrians have got to win because
Do you think they're-
we're specialists at walking. That's what pedestrianism is.
Well, there
walking.
you go. There you go. You should. It'll
Yeah.
be fine then. You'll be able to get it, no problem.
Yeah, but the point is, I don't think the council have done the right consultation. I also heard through a source last night against the said MLA that the meetings pertaining to this development weren't minuted.
I
So-
love North Down. People literally can't afford to pay for their heating bills, and you are all out the hall like,
Hey.
please don't put a cycle.
Hey, listen,
in the
but
beach.
you think about it, people are all worried about mental health. This is
Right.
something that was not thought about.
Right.
A lot of people's mental health is helped by going down, walking along the seafront, clearing the head, getting a bit of exercise. You don't want to hear bing, 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 out of, stressing out, flat out with these cyclists. Well, here's the thing, cyclists can't go the speed limit when they're on the roads, can they? So yet somehow they find 50 mile an hour on a cycle path. The coastal problems.
And the problem you'll have is that all those North Down people, they all probably have e-bikes. So they're all electronic, I bet you.
Yeah,
They're
and then,
not
but
even-
then if they do access to Ards, they're looking to connect the greenway there eventually too.
Oh, you don't want to be
people,
connected to
No,
Ards.
because then you have people on bikes on ease, which would be another problem for another day. You know?
I agree. Yeah, you want to keep as many of the Ards folk.
Yeah, like I've started
bay.
watching The Walking Dead.
Oh, in Ards?
No, I just think that
Alright.
I think we should put fences up in and around the border of of Bangor and Ards. Is what I'm saying.
Do you think Ards brings down North Down?
Well, it's not in North Down.
It's in Ards.
It's in Ards. They call it Ards. So
But,
North Down, Ards.
but does
so
North Down still get a wee bit sad that they're very close to you?
Well, Bangor and Ards are enemies.
Right.
They're I say enemies, rivals. Come together on certain things, but I mean, Ards is only a town.
What would just
so
come together on?
disliking each other. Yeah, I would say that's a fair thing.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
Now, I give Ards is a good wee shopping town. Lots of nice places to go there.
Yeah,
It's not the worst, but there are some people in Ards that aren't the most pleasant. You know, so
gotcha.
I just think therein lies the problem.
As a guy who's an outlier to all this, it's good to know because
Yeah.
I wouldn't really have a perception per se.
No, but what I would say is Ards North Down Borough Council, be accountable. Don't put out public meetings and then stop everyone getting in.
Why was only 40 people allowed in?
Because of the fucking, there's dark arts at work there.
A little bit of scandal.
But you know what?
What?
I'm going to find out who approved this, and I'm going to start a campaign to get them voted out next council elections.
That's a good idea. I think so. Yeah.
Had
yeah.
enough, you know.
I would love in 2 years' time you're just on the cycle lane, full Tour de France gear, injecting testosterone into yourself and all.
Yeah, the
just
lung
taking it
popper,
real
just
you're like I can't believe we've never had a cycle lane until now.
Speaking of e-bikes, did I ever tell you about the time that a local paramilitary tried to sell me an e-bike when I was a kid?
I didn't know e-bikes existed when you were a kid.
No, they just come through. He just got that from China. So he said, this new fucking technology developments come through from China.
Okay.
And I was like, what? And then so again, it was Sly because a mate of mine, he's just trying to sell a straight up BMX too. And he goes, I've one for you too, big lad.
But it was just...
And it was an electric bike. And I say electric bike, it was just a regular bike with like, it looked like some sort of fuse box
Oh, God.
soldered to it. And he goes, you don't even need to use your legs, mate, just right for you. And I was like, all right, mate, no need to.
Just right.
Yeah,
for
he goes,
you.
all you need to do, mate, is join UDA and pay me 200 quid and it's yours, mate.
Yeah.
I went, oh, I've already got a wee bike. And he goes,
I thought you were going to say I'm already in the UDA.
no, I'm actually in the UV now. Yeah, I should have just said already a member, mate. Paid up my fees already this year.
Yep.
But
Got my bag.
yeah, that was the first time I ever remember being approached to being a paramilitary and also being offended.
You
about
say
being
first
offered.
time as if it's a regular occurrence.
You know what? Now I think about it, I don't think I've actually ever been approached to being a paramilitary since.
I've never been.
No, which is weird because
Yeah.
you know you would assume you probably would have been. You know,
Yeah. Should I be
especially
offended?
with your ability to store stuff in your anus.
Yeah, with my special set
Exactly.
with my special set of
I know.
skills.
I don't know what you are. I don't know what you want. But what I do know is I've got 45 kilograms of drugs and I need to store them in your ass. In your arsehole, in your hoop, mate.
Yeah.
Should we do some questions and let you go home?
Absolutely. Well, I'll not go home. I have to go pick up my mum from work after this because I'm a good boy.
What's she at?
She's working.
We're doing what?
Doing what?
Yeah, what's she at?
My mum, she's working.
Nice. And where?
She works for the NHS, David. Just like your good wife.
Her. Oh, there you go. The Ards North Down Borough Council haven't seen my story, by the way.
Jerry Adams never looks at mine.
Do you like Jerry Adams?
I tag him and everything.
Really?
Oh, do you want to see?
Yeah, I do want to see that actually.
Hold on. So my shtick is I like to tag Jerry Adams in all my photos. If you look at any tags in my photos, he's in all of them.
Oh, so you tag me in all two in them, and he's there as well?
I tag you?
Yeah, like
Maybe.
so if you tag me in a poster and he's tagged in
Oh,
it too.
absolutely. I'd say so.
Oh no.
Hold on, I'm trying to load the message. The old 4Gs ain't too fast in here. God damn it, Jerry. Has he blocked me? Oh no, there we go. Jerry Adams. Here we go. Right, look. So he's tagged in that. He's tagged in that. He's tagged. He's tagged.
Oh, well, he's tagged a lot.
Oh, it's been for the last year. He gets tagged and everything.
Do you reckon if he sees that he'll be raging?
Well, he hasn't seen them yet, which makes me think
Maybe one day he'll smoke a wee spliff, have a look in his request and see. Jack Reardon wants to know, Aaron, what's it like being the Paul Breach of Northern Ireland?
Right.
I don't know who Paul Breach is.
This stops. I'm nipping this on the bud right now. Paul Breach is an infamous TikToker who's known for being basically a pedo. So
Why is he a pedo?
because he's
And
just
why is he infamous? He's not infamous.
I don't know how to say it. Either way, no, is all I'm saying to that.
So let me pose this question: as somebody who has TikTok but does not go on TikTok, How can you be a known pedo on TikTok?
Basically, they're all making fun of me because on Shane's live podcast, we talked about me going to Disney World on my own.
Yeah.
And
And who was on it?
William Thompson
And Shane.
Shane.
They're two of the most sus guys on the scene, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Exactly, that's what I said. So yeah, they're all now calling me Paul Breach. Is it? Oh, it's a bit of a joke, bit of a laugh. Look, I don't find it that funny.
Yeah. But listen, there are things we know about those boys.
Oh,
Listen, remember we spoke about last night?
oh, look.
There's going to be a big reveal. Just keep our eyes
There's
peeled.
going to be a big reveal.
You know? Listen.
Yeah. So, look, yeah, how does it feel? It doesn't feel because I'm not. How about that?
But I want to know more about Paul Breach. Should I Google him
give
here?
him a Google. Yeah, you'll see him. I also look nothing like him. Let's get that out there.
But what? So, beauty beyond the eye is a personality renowned for posting cringe-worthy dance challenges.
Yeah.
So he's not really a pedo then, is he? He's just a...
Well, I think it came out he was messaging young women or something like that.
So why are you like him then?
I have no idea. They're all because I went.
Which
to
is quite
Disney World.
ironic because Paul Breach looks like an exact mixture of Shane and
Shane
William, doesn't he? Like,
I mean, he kind of does.
yeah,
Yeah,
like he's got Shane's from there and William from there.
Yeah.
Maybe Paul Breach. That's the sort of character Shane would portray. So yeah. So you want to nip that in the bud?
I would like to. I mean, I know people won't because they cling on to something, but yeah.
Robin McElveen says, "Why do you never answer my questions?" Probably don't see them, man. You know, there's probably
We're doing it now.
the reason.
There's a question answered.
But normally, probably you ask the questions after I've already done the podcast.
That's
It's probably
what happens. You have to be on time.
a reason. Chris Reese says, "Oh, speaking of which, this falls on nicely from the Paul Breach question. What should the punishment for pedos be, as the justice system does nothing in his eyes? Not that that's to say they do nothing, but in Chris's eyes, they don't do enough."
This is quite a serious question for us to talk about. I don't know if me and you are the best educated to answer it.
Well, I
but
mean,
we'll try.
fully a degree in criminology and criminal justice, Aaron. So I mean, if anyone,
When was the last time you used that?
if
I have
any,
a degree in marketing.
Listen, if
Am I
anyone's-
fucking at
use your
Saatchi and
marketing every
Saatchi?
day, but listen, if ever there was a local comedian who is in the position to talk about
I guess.
the justice and punishment of paedophiles, it's me.
No, it's Kieran Bartlett.
What yeah. What he does all these degrees and made up stuff. Like, was he in Rome lecturing about historical coins? Bore off, mate. Fuck up, you nerd. I'm a doctor. All right, well, fucking cure my lungs, mate.
Doctor of journalism.
Doctor of shite's what it is. Doctor of bullshit.
So yeah, tell me what you think should be done with pedos then with your degree.
With my degree, well, I believe that. Again, restorative justice, this is where the problems arrive. I'm not a very modern thinker when it comes to justice. I would be of an opposite opinion. I like
to behead them?
I like hard justice. No, I think...
Hard justice.
I mean, that sounds like a porn star, doesn't it? I'm hard justice. Get me my gavel, you dirty slag. I think... it depends on the circumstance.
Right.
It depends what constitutes being a sex offender and what doesn't. For
Well-
example, a guy who streaks would be considered a sex offender. You know? So...
And you think they shouldn't be, or you think...
No, well, people who streak, no. For example, are people who
Yeah.
are caught pissing in the street.
Well, that was the one that I
know?
always remember from school that they used to tell us. They used to be like, you know, if you were pissing in the street, you'd be put on the sex offenders register.
It's possible, yeah.
So does the sex offenders register maybe need to have a tiered system then, where it's like...
No, I think things like that shouldn't go on the sex offenders register. I think...
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a hard one to deal. Personally, I think if anybody did anything to my children,
You'd want to...
I would get them.
Yeah.
I would wait. And now you know me.
You're like Cain Velasquez, that's what he
Yeah,
did.
and I think that's fair. But I also think, and you know it before, that I will hold grudges until vengeance has been achieved. And now I do let things go to the long grass, but I will get my vengeance. I always do. And I feel like
Go ahead, Batman.
But you know, I always will.
I am vengeance.
But I feel if anyone did anything to my kids, I would want to get them back.
And that's the right thing to feel like, because they're your kids and whatever. I think Louis Theroux did a documentary called A Place for Pedophiles. Did you ever watch it?
No, because this is where the problem arises. Technically, it is not illegal to be a paedophile. Technically, because a paedophile is somebody who is sexually attracted to children. So it's like a condition almost.
Yeah.
However, a sex offender or a child molester is somebody
Right.
who. So there's been people who said, I am attracted to children. However, I know.
I'm just going to isolate that
Yeah.
part of the podcast.
However, but however, I know.
People know I'm attracted to children.
But you know what I mean? It's like, but then
Yeah.
they're like, but I know it's a problem, so I, don't act on it or don't whatever. Which is, I mean, hardly commendable. You're like, oh well done, mate. You know what I mean? But it's the same way, and I think that's where the problem arises. So it's like I believe that if anyone's a risk to kids, and if you're somebody who can be rehabilitated, I don't feel that a lot of people can be rehabilitated if it's there's that sort of way about them. Do you know what I mean? And I read a thing during the week that made me really sad. There was a guy who was released. He wasn't assessed correctly by the probation board, so he was able to get out of prison earlier than he should have done, and he was with his girlfriend who was pregnant with his baby, and then she had a couple of kids from a previous relationship, and he killed them all with a hammer, and he killed one of the daughter's best friends who was there too with a hammer, and he raped the daughter. Someone like that, with a history that's always see if you keep doing it. I think
Death penalty.
Yeah, I think in certain circles, because people, but you never know. But sometimes you go, well, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, look.
Or I think there should be a rule that means that if so, say a parent does something to somebody that does something to their kids, they don't face as harsh a punishment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember reading, there was a thing about a woman who went around and stabbed the paedophile who abused her kids, and he died, and I think she got done for manslaughter or something, but still did 8 years. But
8 years?
Yeah.
Is that it?
But the problem was diminished responsibility, I think, was her defence, that they went
wow.
around and said that she wasn't in a place of sound mind when she acted. However, there were other problems there. That paedophile was able to change his name, and he was able to get around the system and be able to be within a certain amount of, And apparently paedophiles too can be quite manipulative, and they can be like, oh, poor old me.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think they should make mini guillotines for dicks, mate. That's what I think they need to do. I think like just little cigar cutters for wee winkies and just pop them in.
Well, that's all a cigar cutter is. Just a guillotine for dicks.
So imagine how awkward that'd be. You're on the Antiques Roadshow and they're like, oh, this is a vintage dick guillotine. Oh no, it's a cigar cutter. All right, oops.
But also they should do it like the old style beheadings where like the town square gathers up.
Shame.
Yeah, and someone wears the cloak thing, but it's on their dick. Just we are gathered here to behead this man.
But no, I do think that.
And they go, have you any last words? And the dick just comes.
Man, but I do think that the criminal justice system is in massive need of a reform at the minute.
I think that's a good way to wrap that up. Yeah, look, it's not perfect.
No,
there's some good, there's some bad, but it could absolutely be better.
There should be expendables, is what I'm saying.
Yes, Sylvester Stallone
to carry out
Arnie.
jobs. Imagine he's like, "What are you, a pedo? Give me your cock now! I want to cut off your balls. You crazy." Not a question, but would love more impressions or funny stories about your rugby coach. Has Butler ever played any contact sport other than butt darts?
I've never played butt darts in my life before.
What
even is butt darts? You just shoot darts at your hoop?
I think he assumes like I throw darts into a hoop, into the bullseye.
That wouldn't be nice.
But imagine you use your wanky as a dart.
Ah, well, that would be nice.
Yeah, doggy style bumming, I think is what it is.
Yes. No, I'm all for that sport. Yeah.
But then the guys who just disappear up there along with all the other stories.
Oh, all the other fellas.
Yeah.
It's like Aladdin's cave up there. But no, have they played any contact sport? Give me some contact sports.
Rugby.
I don't think. Nope.
Hockey, football.
Well, I've played soccer, football, soccer.
Gaelic.
I've played Gaelic. Yeah, I was in
Camogie?
my primary school's team. I've played hurley,
But not camogie.
No,
I imagine you would
camogie.
enjoy camogie.
Why? Because there's girls.
Yes.
I would.
What about handball? That's a wee Gaelic sport too, isn't it?
Nah, I've never played handball.
Squash. It's not contact though.
Nah, I've played squash.
What
but it's
about
not
NFL,
contact.
mate? The gridiron.
Yeah, I've played NFL. I've played for the NFL. No, not really.
I imagine you'd be quite good at basketball.
Yeah,
You're a man that
just
knows
nimbly.
about popping your balls in the hoops, that's for sure.
Look, that's half the battle, and I'm all about it. Yeah, and I've did some boxing training. That's about it.
Nice.
But I'll not be boxing on the 16th. 11th.
Joe Canavan says, why does Paddy... No, I'll not read that.
I love when a question
Yeah.
starts like that and you just move on.
Yeah, but why is James McKegney never on podcast if he's part of the crew?
It's a good question,
You know
actually.
what? I think it's because he lives far away.
That
and,
is.
And James and McKegney's great, and I would have him on any time, but he just doesn't really say, here, can I jump on your podcast?
I think there's that. He lives a bit of a distance away. I don't know if he drives. I'm going to say he doesn't.
He also doesn't have any legs at the minute either.
Doesn't have any legs at the minute, and also he works full time, I believe, too.
Yeah.
So it's probably just hard for him to fit it in. But we all love McKegney,
Yes.
rest assured.
I think say rest in peace. We all love him.
Well,
Rest
his
in peace.
legs will rest in peace. I was there at that fateful. I was the one that took that
Yeah.
video.
Oh, Naomi, shockingly, wants to know if you could turn musicals into porn. Example, The Book of Mormoning.
Oh,
Do you have any examples?
Little Shop of Whores.
Yes. Surely Grease would just become lube.
Yeah, The Pound of Music.
There you go, yeah. What other ones are there?
Trying to think.
Les Miserables. Just lesbians. Lesbians Miserables, yeah. Oh, what about Les Mr. Wabs? No, doesn't work.
Set of Cats. Just
What was the one you were in?
rats.
The last one?
West Side Story.
Breast Side Story. Just about big baps.
Mary Poppers.
Mary Poppers. Yeah, that'll be I'm going to go list of musicals.
Yeah. Get the list up.
The Phantom of the Cockra. No?
Sure, yeah.
Of musicals.
Famous movie. Joseph and his Technicolor cock.
Oh wow, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What is it? Like, oh, this is all just musicals. Shows,
film
list of
musicals.
Musical
Need
theatres.
Broadway.
List of Broadway musicals, yeah. The Loin King. Which
Yeah.
what would Wicked become?
Fuck. Don't know.
It'd just be an S&M show.
Mhm.
Hamilton of Spunk. Yeah. Chicago, get your sister and let's buck. Oh, Aladdin would just be Aladdin, another lad, wouldn't it?
The producers of Cum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Moulin Poos. Twats. Cats. There.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Fanny would just be one. That's, I think, we'll just end on Fanny. I think that's a.
There's bound to be one infamous musical we're missing, but it's fine. We did loads.
What's literally
I wish. But
Starlight Express, Chocolate Starlight Express, or Flashlight Express.
No chocolate starlight. Yeah, they need to do more musical porns. There is no such thing.
No, would you be in one?
Kinky boots would just be kinky fruits.
Oh man. The Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon would be one, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Oh,
Ben,
love
if you're listening, that's the clip.
Yeah, famous musicals. Here we go. We've got an actual page of Broadway musicals. Oh no, The Fiddler on the Roof, The Finger on the Roof.
I think the Fiddler on the Roof is already.
Yeah, well, if it was a pedo one, it'd be a kitty Fiddler on the Roof, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
13 Daughters is apparently one. That'd just be the same.
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. That's one.
Oh, that'd be just exactly as
That would
it
just
is.
be as is.
Oh, this is tremendous.
The Jerky Boys.
What's your man called that you like? Frankie Valli and the what?
That's Jersey Boys.
The Jerky Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Annie's Vanny. Vanny, get your gun. What's that big girl called? Jane, somebody Jane. It was like a
Calamity Jane. Yeah.
Clammy Jane. It's just a really sweaty box.
Clammy Jane.
Oh, what about Avenue LGBTQ? What else have we got here? Beauty and the Beast. Oh, that would just be Beauty and the Beast, wouldn't it? It'd just be a really hunky guy in it. There's so many of these.
Sweeney Todd. What could Sweeney Todd be?
Sweeney Todd. The demon bugger of Fleet Street. The bummer.
The demon bummer of
Fleet Street. Yeah. Willie Elliott.
Yes. Yes.
Oh. The Blues Brothers would be Bonet and Clyde.
Blues Brothers would be the Blue Pill Brothers.
Or yeah, the Blue Brothers.
The Blue Balls Brothers.
The Blue Balls Brothers. There you go.
The Wiz would be the Jizz.
Why? The Jizzard of Oz. Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere over the rainbow.
No. Charlie and the Chocolate Starfish Factory.
You love the
Chocolate
Starfish.
Oh, well, obviously the classic porn parody is just Clitty Clitty Gang Bang would be one.
Clitty Clitty Bang Bang.
And Coco would be Coco, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Copperfield would just be Copperfield.
Jesus Christ, porn star.
Yeah. Oh, tremendous. Jesus Christ, porn star. You're going to hell for that. I love it. Jesus Christ, porn star. Oh, man.
Oh.
I didn't even know there's so many musicals.
We've had fun.
Oh,
There's loads of musicals?
Yeah. There's one called Fanny.
Yeah,
I mean,
Fanny
it would
Get Your
just
Gun,
be
is
Fanny.
it? In the Heights to be in the shades.
Oh, Doot Loose. Thank you for asking this question, Omi. You're back.
Oh, that has really made my day.
Well, there's one called The Gay Life. I mean, I would like to see that either.
Never even
As
heard
well.
of that one.
This is a lot of fun. Goldie Cox and the Three Bears would just be three guys that look like me wearing chaps.
Cock of Ages.
School of Cock. Twat Out of Hell would be one, wouldn't it? I nearly said twat out of smell there, but I thought that was so gross.
This podcast is really taking
What
a
about
turn.
the Smicado? It's just the way.
The Smicado. Remember that bit? You were always going to do the Smiclympics.
Yes.
Did you ever do that?
No, but I'm going to.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
do that.
I'm
That
gonna
was
figure it
hilarious
out. I'll put it in the next show for sure. This is just a nice way to end for people, just us looking through fun things.
Oh.
Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde in the glory hole.
Jekyll and Hyde, my dick.
Oh, yeah, it works well. Dumbo would just be Combo. Just shoot spunk out of his trunk. Oh, man.
Fucking hell.
Legally boned.
Legally boned.
Oh, Little Women would just be, illegal, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man.
What are current shows on Broadway? There's ones that current
Stepmama Mia.
Current Broadway
My personal
shows.
favourite was Mary Poppers.
Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Jesus Christ Porn Star was a good one too. There's not much on Broadway at the minute.
No, Broadway's boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were on Broadway to watch?
I've never.
Never?
No.
Ever?
No, I'm hopefully going before April here, but we'll see.
To do what? Just go to New York?
I've got tickets to see Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Nice.
So do that and then hopefully try to get a Broadway show
With
in.
Oliver Blurt.
Olive Blurt.
Oh, man. There's so many of these shows.
Yeah.
The Pipe Dream. That would just be exactly as it is. The Pirates of Men's Pants. This is good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're nearly at the end of it here.
Oh.
We're nearly there.
About many more have we got? If you haven't switched off by
No,
now.
I nearly made the worst one ever. Don't know if I should say it.
Nah.
Saturday Night AIDS, I was going to say. Alright, that's horrible. I apologise about that.
Saturday Night AIDS.
It was just the first illness I could think of. Oh, oh, come like it hot. Well, Ben, maybe you need to cut this episode early.
Oh, class. No, keep that in.
A Tale of Two Titties.
Oh, we're having too much fun here. I hope everyone else is.
I don't know. I don't even know if they are anymore.
Spunk a lot.
There is one, genuinely, a story called, and a musical called something about Urinetown.
Urinetown. That's a musical, yeah.
Why?
I think it was written by the same people as Avenue Q.
Urinetown?
Yeah. Can't remember what it's about. I think it's puppets.
The Vagabond King would just be the Vagabond King. The Vaja Bondage King. Oh my god. I'm going to be sick again. West Side Sorry. Breast Side Sorry. This is so much fun. Though Wicked. Dicked. It would just be with this.
Decade?
It would just dicked, because that would be the way it be spelled. Just imagine that. This is just dicked. Welcome to the show.
I'm Your Sister Act.
Young Wankenstein. Guys, thanks very much for letting us get out of the house to talk to you today.
Wow, that took a real turn.
It took a turn. It went to a place we didn't expect it to go, and now I need to go and collect my children. So, guys, thanks very much. But do you want to plug anything? You're doing your African show again?
Yeah, second show still on sale. There's tickets left. IronButlerTickets.com, Lavers Comedy Club. Please go. It'll be a great night, I assure you, guaranteed.
Yeah, and then also tickets, links to all the shows we spoke about in the description. I'm away to write dick now, so I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
I'm the sly guy.